All right. All right. We're back. We're back. We're back with a vengeance. Because of what Microsoft did to me last night. You saw how they did me dirty. They wanted me to land that plane without any gauges, and we did it. I don't know if in real life that plane would have landed, but we landed it, and we walked away from it. It's all good. My name is Greg. I play an internet pilot whenever I can. When I'm not doing an internet pilot, I'm a pretty boring middle-aged father. And I play video games in between all that stuff, and I like these simulators. And welcome back to the Airplane Show, all my fine aviation enthusiasts. We're going to do a nice little flight today using the PMDG 737. And I never really get to do this simulator during the day, so this is kind of nice. So we're going to use this here Ryanair 737. I was trying to find a Jet 2 flight to do, but they were all so long, man. Jet 2 has got a cool ass plane. Look at this thing. I like that. But every flight they had today was like 3 or 4 hours long, and I'm not a fan of cruising for that long. And until this Microsoft simulator gets a good fast forward feature like Aerofly does or X-Plane, we not going to do those kind of flights. All right, so let me show you what we gonna do today. Let me get up yonder. Let me show you. Let's minimize this just a little bit. I forgot to do that last night. We're not gonna forget today. All right, so here's this Ryanair flight I found. I mean, it's not like I had to look hard for it. It's not like it was like lost and I found it. All right, so Ryanair flight 3947 from Punta Risa, Italy to Rome, Italy. But just over an hour in airtime. This PMDG does not have weather built into it like the A310 does. So if there's storms and stuff, then we're just gonna fly through it, because you know. I mean, unless we really see like some huge, clouds while we're cruising. But anyways, I built it in SimBrief already. It takes off from runway 25. It lands on runway 16 left. And I believe I have the correct everything. I believe I have the correct everythings for this. So, like I said, I built it in SimBrief and then came in here and tweaked it. And then rebuilt it in SimBrief so this OFP is correct. But it looks like we got the correct departure. And this landing here, I'm not sure if it was an RNAV landing or an ILS landing. We're going to do an ILS landing today. But this is definitely the arrival. But I just wasn't sure if it picked up here at Sofku, I think it was the... Well, whatever. There was an ILS landing and an RNAV landing that started here. We're just going to do this one since we're going up to TAC. We'll just come up here and make this turn, put ourselves in heading mode, activate the localizer and the glide scope, and we will probably sometime around here is when we'll connect with the localizer. So let me unload this, close that, and brings this over, and let's get into this. Alright, let me open up my iPad. Last night, if you watch my flight from last night, it sounds kind of like I was in a wind tunnel. I did not realize that my fan was making so much noise during the flight. I was trying to monitor myself a bit with my phone, and hey, it didn't work out too. It was loud. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. All right, let's see here. So we got to get LICG, which is one of the hand constructed aeroports. All these in this list here were supposedly hand constructed by Microsoft. I don't know if that means it's good, but that's what I've been told. All right, so Punta Risa. And I believe this was at gate 10. Gate, gate, gate. Maybe it was 210. Oh, it may 110, 210. I don't know what gate. Doesn't really matter. We'll just do 210. How about that? We'll just do 210, and I believe this is runway 25 here. Okay. All right. So let's go. Let's jump in here. We got AI air traffic. I got that set at 50%, and we got live weather and time. So it's 4:55 p.m. over there. It's 2 hours ahead of UTC. All right, let's fly. Let's fly. All right. I started playing Forza yesterday. That's my first time ever playing that game. That game's very boring, but kind of fun at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I like the cars, and I like tweaking the cars and tuning them and designing, you know, the outside of them and all that, but it's kind of boring. I wish I had a steering wheel that I could use. That would make life a lot easier. All right, so ding. Look at our Ryan Air. We're gonna get rid of that walkway there and connect the jetway. So let's go ahead and do that first. Why are we starting like this? All right, we're gonna have to restart the sim. Hang on, let me change this up. I guess because I'm using Ryanair for the first time, it doesn't have the correct startup state. All right, startup state is, I want cold and dark with the GPU. You know what? I'm probably gonna have to go through all the. Let me go through all the options, because I don't know if it's gonna have the heads-up display. Yeah, it doesn't have the system button here, so yeah, let's go through all the. I guess since I'm using a new livery, let me go through all the options, okay? All right, so auto land is OP, because that'll put the systems button up here, and that button, and that'll allow us to do a CATIII landing. All right, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's call 200. Let's call 40. These are the altitudes when you're coming in for a landing that the system's going to call out. Show water in cyan. Yep, let's do that. All right, ETOPS. Okay, default. Yeah, we can leave all these. Default transition level. Okay, HGS installed. HGS is the heads-up display. Yes. We'll put a yaw dampener gauge on. Auto III. Yep, all that's good. Performance improvement package. I forget exactly what that does, but I'm putting it on. Okay. Cutoff switch, eyebrow windows, no. LED light, that's fine. Yes, yes, yes. Auto ignition, no. Pressurization panel. Oh, that's fine. Let's install the Wi-Fi antenna. Now, I like these nav panels here. See how these nav panel right here? I like that one versus these new ones. Look at these new ones. I don't know if I like the new one. I mean, maybe I would get used to it, but like, I don't know. Maybe we'll fly with the new one. We'll give it a try. I've never used it before. I mean, it seems pretty simple. Active, standby, mode. I just don't know, like, how you would type in. I guess you just, let me type 1. Let's just do 115. Right? And oh, GLS, VOR, ILS, and then oh, air. I guess we gotta do OO. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Alright, so these switch them. I guess we can leave the new one in. We'll give it a try. We can always switch it back. You know what? No, I'm good. Let's stick with classic. That's very easy. Just turn the dial and click this here button. I'll read about it and maybe I'll switch it at some point. Alright, so that's good. Let's go to displays. Alright, split, yep. Round rate, yep. All this is good. Most of these I don't need to do anything, but, you know. Okay, return. Failures. Yeah, I don't have any failures set up just yet. I want to read about that before I actually implement them. Alright, simulation. Service-based failures, we'll leave that off for now. IRS options. Fast 30 seconds, yeah, that's what we want. Okay, next. Show thrust lever, position, no. Automatic manual override. No, we can leave that as never. That's how it's defaulted. We can always do the throttle interruption. Call out airspeed alive. I've never heard that before. Let's turn that on. I've never heard them say that before. Okay, call out V2. No, I don't care about that. No pause at top of descent. Auto time compression up to... Hey! Auto time compression up to 4x. You know what? There might be a way with this plane to speed up the cruising. I will do some homework on that because that would be awesome if I can do longer flights and speed up the cruising. That would be very, very nice. That would be a win. Alright, yokes move when lowered, no. Rudder only, yep. That's how I likes it. Alright, performance. There's nothing really I need to do for this. Disable displays, no. Alright, terrain details, well, I think... Okay, there was other stuff I needed to set up, though. There was, like... Let me, I missed the units. Let's see here, maybe it's under displays. Like if it's going to be hectopascals or inches. Arcs, VO arc course. I thought it was in one of these setup pages. Okay, here we go. Pounds, kilograms. Oh, let's do kilograms. I think that's the one I was looking for. Not so much hectopascals, because I can change that on the dial. Okay, so we got all that. Return to setup. Let's save this. We'll name this Ryan. File name. Ryan, saving that. Okay, return. Menu. Alright, let's go out and go back in. And we should be good now. We should be. I didn't realize that it saves it. It looks like it saves the setup with each livery, which, well, I guess that kind of makes sense in a way. Alright, Punta Risa, Palermo. Sure, we'll see. Let's see if it should be off. Cold and dark ready now with the GPU. I would have set all this up if I knew this. But then again, now you get to see all these backup, back pages. So. Alright, everything should be off now. There we go. Now we talking. Alright. Even though it's off, we can still operate the FMC. So you need to push and hold the menu button for a few seconds and then it'll come on. Now, I usually use this one for setting up everything and this one for programming the flight. So let's go to FS Actions. Let's get rid of those stairs. Let's release the stairs. I'm still not sure how you start with the jetway versus starting with those stairs, but alright, let's let that go away. I think the door is going to close. Yep. Door is closed. Now this livery supposedly is like a 2019 livery. There was like 5 liveries that I have for Ryanair. I just chose the newest one. Alright, let's go to doors. Let's open up this door. And let's connect. We're going to click this LS8, left side number 8. And that should connect. There we go. Now the jetway's going to give our plane a nice little kiss. A nice little smooch right on the aluminums. Right on the aluminiums. Alright. Now let me show you, so if you do have this plane, let me show you a quick way of loading everything in. So today we're going to have all the trucks come by and do all that, but if you want to do it quickly, just plug in everything you want. Like for fuel today, we're supposed to have 59.62, right? So I'm going to put in like 2,500 right now. But if you wanted to put in the exact amount, put it in here for fuel. And I'll show you where to put it again. And then for payload, if you want to set everything 100%, you can do it from this page. And then, but we're going to set it for empty for now because we're going to load everything up with the trucks. However, if you did program everything in here, what you would do now is go under ground services. And then you would plug in, so the fuel would have the amount already. Okay, so, and then for the passengers, it would say like 100 or 160 here, and then you just have to confirm it and type it in over here. And same with the payload as well. It would already have the kilograms here. You would just have to go and type it in. Now, why didn't it bring 2,500? Okay, well, whatever, it's fine. All right, let's turn on some systems. So we're going to turn on the battery. All right, battery is looking good. Let's turn on some ground power. Alright, now we have systems. So now let's plug in. Alright, so ground services. See how it has the fuel here now because the systems are on? So if we typed in the correct amount, it would show there. Alright, so we're supposed to have 5962. So let me put in like 60... Let's do 6900. Oops. Hang on. Alright, let's do 6900. We'll just add like 1,000 more kilograms than we need, so... Oh, you know, we don't need that much. Let's do 6,500. Alright, let's do 6,500. Let me check one thing real quick, because my controller is starting to skip again like it did last night. I just want to make sure that... Okay, so real world air traffic is off. Let's turn the... Well, I guess we can leave that on for now. This uses a lot of data, but we're okay. All right, so now let's request the fuel truck. All right, according to SimBrief, this plane would have 155 people on it. So we're going to type in 155. And now we can start boarding. And our cargo is 3.9, so we're going to do, say, 1,500 in the front. And 2,400 in the rear. Gotta have more in the rear. You gotta have that big old rear. Nothing like a big rear, you know what I'm saying? You hate to see him go, but you like to see him leave, you know what I'm saying? Hey! Alright, let's request the front loader, the cart for the bags, even though it doesn't simulate any bags. Alright, so we are all set with getting people on. We need to wait for the fuel truck to show up so we can start. Alright, so now we can start. So the fuel truck's outside. You see, here's the fuel truck. It's got its little cable connected. And then there's our cart. The doors will open automatically for this. They'll close automatically as well, but we'll get the belt loaders there. Alright, let's turn on the IRS system. Now, supposedly this weekend, PMDG is releasing the date that their tablet's going to be out, their EFB tablet. So that's coming for this plane. It's not available yet, but it will be at some point. Alright, so let's turn this to heading /STS, and let's put this to nav. Let's go down here to FMC. Let's clear that. Let's go to init. And let's go to the next page. We'll do left and right are the same. Alright, and there we go. So that's now set. There's no reason to really put an airport in here right now because we have the position. So, let's see. Fuel is filling up. People are boarding. Alright, we can start loading the front. The back is still arriving. Now, if the airplane is too low once we get started, let me know. It should be, the volume should be okay. I have the volume the same as last night. It seemed like it was pretty good last night, so. Alright, it's connecting. I wonder when they have their tablet, if all this stuff is still going to be done through here, or if it's going to be done through the tablet at that point. Alright, this should be lined up here pretty soon, so I think it's at 30 seconds, so I guess we're good. But yeah, we have 3 pages now. Alright, let's enter our route. So we have, let's see here. Where's our route on here? Alright, so LICJ. For some reason, I have to double click on everything when I'm using the controller, but when I use a mouse, I just have to single click on it. I don't know why, but that's how it is. That's how Microsoft is. That's how Microsoft is doing us. All right, LIRF. Flight number is RYR3947. R to the Y to the R. 3497. All right, that's all good. Let's choose our departure. All right, so we are leaving off runway 25. And we are doing the, is it 5Q? Yep, 5Q. All right, now we're going to go to route. And we're going to go to the next page. And type in, all right, they got Giano there. Let's type in L12, which is the highway in the air. So we got L12. And then BTOT, B-E-T-O-T, B-A-tot. I love me some tots. Tater tots, man, they're delicious. A little Tabasco sauce, a little bit of ketchup. Now you talking my language. Yes, sir. All right. L44 to Turmo, T-U-R-M-O. T-U-R-M-O. W-I-M-B-C. Alright, Turmo. Invalid. Oh yeah, duh. I put it in the wrong place. It's got to go here. Alright, Turmo, and then M738. Look at that. They got a highway named after our plane. 738. There we go. Alright, 738. And that's going to be E-S-I-N-O. So E-S-I-N-O. This is, you know, way different than entering it in with an Airbus. Airbus is, you don't need to type everything in. You just go to the waypoint and open it up and click on Airways. Alright, let's go here to Arrival. And we are doing ILS 16 left. And I think we're doing the X. Is it? Yeah, ILS X. So here we go. ILS X 16 left. And we're not doing SUVOC, we're doing TAC. And we are doing Essen 3P. The other ones, one of them brings you like completely around the other side of the airport, and but I'm trying to match what FlightAware is showing that happened. So I don't know if that's how it happened in real life, but that's what FlightAware is showing. So, all right, so Essen 3P, no transitions. All right, now we can go to route again. We can now activate this, execute it, and let's go to legs and get rid of anything that shouldn't be there. Okay, so actually it looks like everything is okay. There's no discontinuities or, well, that's a first. Usually there's some sort of something you got to get rid of. Okay, so in it, cruising altitude today is, let's hide this, is 30,000 feet. So let's type in 30,000. Our cruise wind is 256.39. 256.39. Now once the plane is loaded with passengers, fuel, cargo, we're going to request here and then click load, and it's going to load everything in. And then we have to do a couple of things after that. I'll show you when we get to that screen. But alright, let's I'm not going to do anything else with the engines, thrust, anything. Just leave this alone for now. Let's go to descent so we can plug in our forecast. And let's see here. So we got 20,000, 15,000, and 10,000. So this is a little different than last night. Last night you had to type the altitude, the direction, and the speed all in one line. This time you can just go ahead and you can do the altitudes first if you want. So 150 air and air. Alright, and that is 253.32. SimBrief doesn't give an option for 25,000 feet, so that's why I have the 20,000 feet there. I don't really know if it makes a difference on the simulator or not, but you know, we're plugging it in because it's available to plug in. Alright, 243.27. Alright, and last one is 232.23. 32.23. Now, when I do the pushback today, I guarantee you I'm going to get it wrong. I guarantee you I'm going to go the wrong direction. So here you can request the winds, but we don't have in Xbox. It doesn't seem like you can connect the website or whatever you need to connect to. You can't connect it with Xbox because you can't download anything. So we're kind of stuck with what we got there. All right, what's our transition altitude here? Transition altitude on takeoff is 5,000 feet. So let's type in that there. Alright, now we can go back to, let's see here, climb. We got 5,000, 30,000. Alright, so that's good there. Okay, that's all done. We can release all these. Let's see if the fuel truck is done. Fuel truck is done. We can release the fuel truck. Everything is going to go bye-bye. I'm sure everybody's on board as well. We'll release the jetway here momentarily and turn the APU on and back ourselves up. Get the engines all started up. Yes. I'm probably going to be coming back online later and doing some Lies of P because I haven't done that game in a few days, but I wanted to do some Flight Simulator too. I'm still working on an Aerofly video. Like I said last night, it's not that I'm out of ideas. I've just done pretty much everything with Aerofly 2023. I'm trying to find something new to do with it, so it's, you know, I mean, I can do the same flights over and over again, but you know, I want to try to do something new. That's why I did that last video the way I did it, with just connecting with VORs. Alright, that's moving back. Alright, we're good there. Let's check our peoples. Alright, they're all on board, so we can actually release this back. That should go away now, and then we can close the door. Alright, let's close the door. Doors. Let's close that door. Alright, let's check out our route to make sure we're good. So we're going to go here. Do that. Yeah, we can leave it on that there. Let's go to flight plan. Let's go to legs. And let's go to steps. Yep, looks good to me. Alright. So now that that's all done, let's go to the pushback page just so we're on it. Oh, you know, no, we can't go to that page yet. We gotta disconnect we gotta release the ground power unit first, so. Alright, this is all good. I wanted to look at one thing, but alright, init, menu, FMC, init, root. It doesn't give us an option for, oh, here's alternate. Via, let's type LIPE in and see what happens. That's the alternate. Not like we're gonna need it, I don't think, but I think you can type it in here. I've never tried this before. Let's see what happens. Okay. Alright, that works. Alright, position. Whoa, what happened? Alright, good. Alright, so now let's request. That's going to take a few seconds. Alright, now we can click load. And let's hit execute. Alright, that's all good. Alright, let's do cruise. Cost index is 39 according to SimBrief. Alright, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. And the fuel is 5.9, so we'll put in 6.0 here. For the plan. It's close to 6.0. It's like 5.9, you know, like 6.2, so. Alright, let's go. Alright, what is it saying? At Asino, it can't do 270. Alright, well, we'll figure it out as we're flying. It'll be okay. Let's do 275 and see what happens. Oh no! Uh, 275 at 21,700. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. We should be okay. And if not, we'll figure it out as we're flying. We'll be okay. It's just a simulator. It's no big deal. Alright, that's all good there. Let's go to N1. It's currently 24 degrees. I like to do 30 degrees above that, so we'll type in 54. I like doing all this before the APU kicks on. I like doing all this before the before we start using fuel. Alright, take off. Let's go to the next page here. Let's type in the runway slope and the runway wind. So the wind right now, and I'm getting this off Navigraph, is 260 by 11. Alright, so that's 260 by 11. And the slope of the runway is runway 25. Information is 0, so that's okay. Alright, that's 0. Let's go back a screen here. We'll do flaps 5. Alright, there we go there. Now the trim on this airplane you can't really move. This wheel here is, you know, where you would typically move it. You can't really move it off that 4.0. You can move it a little bit and then it'll just go back to where it was at. Let me put flaps 10 in and see if that changes. Oh, you know what? Let me put in the right QNH first. Hang on a second. We're going to have to confirm the VNAV speeds again before we take off, but it's okay. Alright, so 10, 8. So alright, let's go here. Oh, not there. Here. And we got 10. So when I was talking last night, I don't know if anybody who's watching now watched last night. I was talking about this plane's got some really weird things that happen. So last time when I was descending, I clicked the standard button and it stayed flashing blue for like 5 minutes and the dial was spinning. By the time I got control of it again, the barometric pressure down here was down to like 700 and something. We were like 3,000 feet, lower on the altitude here than we should have been. So, all right, let's put in. All right, QNH off, on. All right, let's put 10 in for the flaps and see if that changes anything. I don't think it is. Yeah, it doesn't really change much. Okay, so we'll leave flaps 5. Alright, and now all we got to do now is just this, this. Takeoff reference is done. And I think that's it, my friends. I think we are all set up now. We got... Oh, it changed the cruising altitude again. 30,000 feet. It does that. I don't know why it does that. It always changes. Like after you get everything set up, it'll change the cruising altitude again. All right, so I think we're good. I think we're ready to roll. Let's go to legs here. Let's fire up the APU. Let's put on. Actually, let's go down the line first. All right, so yaw dampener. Put the yaw dampener on. These are all normal here. That's good. Let's put on this tank here. I guess we should have put our lights on to start off with, but it's all good. It's just a simulator. Alright, let's fire up the APU. Alright, let's turn that on. Turn that on. Let's arm the emergency lights. Let's make these a little brighter. Let's go here and lower this one down a little bit. I know it's weird seeing me lower lights down, but this here sometimes is way too bright and I can't see the flight director, bars. Alright, background panel light. Yep. Floodlight. Do that. Turn on a little bit there. Turn on panel lights there. And let's go here. Turn that down a little bit and turn this one up a little bit. Alright, APU is fired up. Let's turn the APU bleed on. Let's put those on. Let's put these on. Let's set our cruising altitude. And what's our landing altitude? Let's see here. CATIII. ILS chart. Only 14 feet, so we'll just program it 50 there. Alright, so we're good to release the ground cart. So let's release the ground cart. Disconnecting. Let's go to pushback. Let's go to tug. Let's make sure this is on. Alright, let me make sure the chocks are off. Alright, wheel chocks removed. Alright, that's good. Alright, now this always messes me up. Because like last night, left meant left. So turn the nose to the right. We're going to leave it to the right. I think this is going to put us heading the right way.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready for pushback, tail to the left. Release brake brake, please.
I think this is going to be okay. If not, there's plenty of space to turn around. But I always get confused with this airplane, which way is right and left. Alright, let's put on the other fuel. Nothing in the center. Alright. Let's fire up the and the thing with this, you can't really start it. Well, you can start it and stop it, but if I click stop, oh, it is moving me to the right direction. Alright, very good. So nose to the right, I guess, means when I'm sitting here that it pushes it to the right. Alright, very good. Let's Alright, let's turn on transponder. Traffic. Weather doesn't do anything. You can click it, but it's not modeled, so there's no sense of playing with it really.
Pushback complete. Parking brake set.
Alright, parking brake is on, very good. We can turn the VORs off for now.
Steering pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right.
Click data. None. Okay. Menu. FMC. Let's go to init. And Let's go to takeoff. Alright, that's good. Above 10,000, 30,000. So let's plug in 13,000 for our first altitude here. We'll adjust it as we get in the air. Alright, let's start up engine number 2. And V2 speed is 145 plus 15 is 160. And the heading of this runway again is 244. Alright, let's put on our flight directors. Flight director 1 and 2 are on. Let's move this down. Let's turn on traffic. Oh, and map. And now we can do traffic. Alright, there we go. Alright, very good. Alright, that's all good. Let's turn on the generators. That's all good. Let's turn on taxi light. Let's put this on continuous. Alright, my friends, I think we are pretty much good to go. Let's turn on the RTO for the auto brake. Let's put our flaps down to 5. And let's arm the spoiler. I thought there was a takeoff configuration button, but maybe not. We are going to be playing with this here on our landing. This is for the heads-up system. We're going to plug in the altitude and the length of the runway. All right, let's go taxi. Flaps, yep. Units, yep. Let's check the barometric pressure again. That's at 1008 still. Alright. Alright, we are now free to move about the country. Let's release the parking brake. That's the left D-pad. Let's give it a little juice. Never flown a Ryanair before. It's gonna be fun. Look at that big old mountain. Wonder what's on top of that thing. Wonder what's in it. Maybe there's trolls that live in it, like from Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit movies. That'd be cool. Goblins. Oop, we're not following the right path. Watch out, truck. Stop moving, truck. Thank you. Nothing would have happened, by the way. We just would have gone right through them. Thanks for waiting, truck. We appreciate it. Man, we are breaking all kinds of rules on the tarmac today. Alright, here we go. Yes, sir. Takes a long time to get these planes set up, man. It's fun. I like it. Just takes a long time. Now this plane, you can do a RNAV landing really well with this because you can change the RNP, which is listed down here. You can change the factors for that. So we're not going to do one of those landings today, but I have done them in this plane often, practicing, and it's fun. All right, we're going to stop up here, get our heads up display out, put on all the lights that we need. Arm LNAV, arm VNAV, arm the Alright, let's go here. Let's arm this. Let's arm LNAV and VNAV. Let's go ahead and turn on landing lights, runway lights, those lights. Alright, all that is good. We'll leave the I guess we can turn the APU off. It should be okay. Alright, yep, verify takeoff speeds. So, and 145 is still good. So 143, 145, that's all good. What else was there to do? I forget. LNAV, VNAV lights. I guess that's it. I kind of forget. Oh yeah, heads-up display. That's right. So we're going to change the way this looks in the heads-up display. We're going to change that when we land. There's an ILS feature and landing feature where it clears out like both sides, and it's really cool how it changes for us. It's going to get rid of this, it's going to get rid of this, and it's really just going to have the reticle and the information that you need to land a plane. So I only really use the heads-up display when I'm taking off and landing. Other than that, I put it up and away. Man, I really wanted to do one of those Jet 2 flights today, but there was none that were less than like none that were less than 3 hours in the air. I almost just did it just to do it, but I if you've seen my videos, you know I try to model the flights after what happens in real life. Sometimes I have to make up a flight, but most of the time I base it off of what's happening in real life. Now, if you haven't been familiarized with this plane yet, the toga button is in an interesting place. You're going to see me push it here momentarily. It's actually a screw on the dash there. Is the toga button. All right, let's give it some juice. Oops. Alright, toga's right here.
80 knots.
I'll show you again once we get up in the air. That messed me up not looking at the runway for a minute really messed me up with lining up. So
VT. Positive reincline.
gear up. Once I get the autopilot on and everything's set, I will I'll show you that button again for Toga. We got to turn packs on here pretty soon. Alright, let's arm the autopilot so I can turn the packs and shit on. Otherwise our passengers are not going to be pressurized properly. Alright, let's lock the gear. Alright, that's good. So the Toga button is right here. This screw right here, bless you, is this screw right here. You have to double click it. Alright, so flaps we can put up. Put flaps up again. And now we can put them up all the way. We can turn this off. Alright, we're in climb mode. I like this as map. On this side, I like it as map. Alright, we can put this away. And let's move the mileage out a little bit here. Let's do 20 miles. Alright, might as well set it for 30,000 feet. Alright, it's pressurizing a little bit. That's good. Let's put this on. We'll leave it on continuous for now. Alright, let's switch over to standard. Hopefully it works properly. You know what? I don't think I'm going to switch it to standard. I think I'm just going to plug in the correct. Because whenever I push that standard button, bad things happen. So we're just going to leave it like that. If it starts flashing standard, then, you know, I don't know. We'll figure it out at that point. But I am not comfortable pushing that button. Here, pushing it, or up top pushing it, seems to do the same thing. It just keeps on flashing and spinning, and it's bad news bears. So I'm not down with that. We're on our way to Rome. Goodbye. Goodbye, Punta Riser. Goodbye, Palermo. See you next time. See you next again. I don't know what's on the back of the tail. Is that a harp? Is that a harp? Goodbye. See you later. Alright, we're close enough to where we can turn some lights off. Goodbye, lights. We'll see you soon. Alright, good stuff there. Let's put our yoke down. Alright, we are pretty much set. Got cruising altitude set. We got barometer set. We're good for a little bit. Oh, I turned off the nav by accident. Greg. Oh, the nav wasn't even on. I wonder how I turned it off. I don't think I hit any buttons. Oh well, whatever. That's weird. I don't remember hitting anything to turn off the navigation. Now I will tell you, in this plane, you do, if you are annoyed by the buzzing of turning off the autopilot, the way to disarm it in this airplane is you actually have to click it on the yoke twice. So the disarm navigation button is right there. Click that button twice and that'll turn off the buzzing sound. I believe you could do that, or you can also push the auto throttle disengage button. I think that has the same effect. We're good to go. It's clear skies on the way to Rome. This beautiful Saturday night out in the, I guess it's the Mediterranean. Yeah, the Mediterranean Sea. I guess that's the sea we're over right now. Would be the Mediterranean. Maybe. I mean, I know the Mediterranean Sea is like on the way to like Greece and Israel and Saudi Arabia. I know that's it, but this body of water too, I would think, is part of the Mediterranean Sea that we're flying. Now with this plane, when you do an ILS landing, you need to have the course programmed in both sides and the nav frequency tuned in to both sides. Otherwise, it won't work. If you want to do a CATIII landing in this airplane where it flares and rolls out all on its own, you have to make sure that these three buttons show up here. For some reason, that's how they have it programmed. That was one of the first things I altered, if you caught the beginning, where it said like auto, land, fail, blah blah blah. See, it's, I really don't want to push the set button. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna, let's see what happens. Maybe it'll be okay today. See, look. See how it's flashing? See that? That's what I was talking about. Damn it. I don't know how to get it to stop. How do you get it to stop? Oh boy. Yeah, I do not know how to get this button to stop. Wonder if I had my mouse attached, if I clicked it with a mouse, if that would do anything. Hey Gavin, you still got my mouse? I need it for a minute. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna connect the mouse to the Xbox and see if using the mouse and clicking that standard button, if that'll keep it from flashing. But that's what happened the other night, and it almost made me crash because it's broken. Okay, so we got a mouse now. Customize. Keep default. Okay, let's try clicking standard now. See? Now it worked alright. I'm not real, I should use the mouse a lot more. I'll have to practice with it. I'm not real good with the mouse controls, like moving around the airplane. But I do use it periodically, like setting up the FMC, but usually it's just quicker to use the controller. Alright, let me turn the mouse off for now because we don't need it. But I think I'll use the mouse when we go to land. And I need to switch over from standard back to, regular. Alright, we're good there. Everything good. Before we know it, we're going to be descending. Alright, so let's plug in the info for the runway. And I'm getting this information off of SimBrief. Alright, so we have an elevation of 14 feet. So we're gonna switch modes. This is the mode you need for landing, IMC and then VMC for visual. IMC I believe is like ILS. Alright, so elevation is 14 feet. Alright, and then the is 12,802. Alright, enter. And now, because we have this program now, the reticle for the landing will now be in the correct place on the runway because of the elevation and the length. It now can determine the correct placing of that to put it in the touchdown zone where it needs to be. Alright, we heard the beep. We're getting ready to level off. And we are 108.1. Alright, 108.1. 108.1. 108.1. And our course is 159. So let's go up here and plug in 159. And just like the Airbuses, to do the CATIII landing, you need to have both autopilots engaged, A and B. When you have everything programmed correctly for the landing and you push the other autopilot engage, they will both stay lit. If you have something programmed wrong, then clicking on B will activate B and disarm A. So just as long as you have everything plugged in correct, you'll be okay. And we're plugging it all in correct right now. We have the courses match and the nav frequencies match, so we are all good. And it looks like our glide scope capture point is about close to 8 miles out and 2,500 feet. So let's go ahead and put our fix in. Now here with this plane we can actually type in the runway. So runway 16 left. Alright, runway 16 left. And we're going to do 4 miles for the landing gear. Doesn't mean I'm going to have the landing gear down right at 4 feet. I mean right at 4 miles. It's just a reference to make sure I have it set by then. And then 10 miles at least. Sorry, I turned the autopilot off for a second. Alright, and 10 miles out, roughly flaps 15 at that point. Alright, let's look here. Our top of descent is 83 miles away. Now, if you're doing RNAV landings, going to page 4 under progress is where you want to keep an eye on everything. Because it'll have your vertical deviation, it'll have any errors. And one thing you can do is, and we'll do it, well, I'll show you during our descent, we can do it on this type of landing as well. I'll show you. You can actually set the lower half of the screen to show like the Airbuses do, where it has the plane and the glide and the slope, you know, going down. It's a really cool animation that it has there. So, all right, so let's go to cruise again. We should have 3.9 kilograms of fuel when we land. .45, 117 track. Yeah, that's correct. I don't know why this is still in magenta. I know it's telling me that it's going to have trouble getting there, but when we start descending, what we can do is we can actually delete. So you can do this, delete, and delete that, and click this again, and it'll now put the right speed there. Now it's not in magenta. See that? But it's gonna 250 here might be an issue, but we'll see what happens. And creating waypoints is easy as well. Like if you wanted to, you know, say you wanted to do a waypoint, you just click on the one you want, right? So we're going to be heading 146, right? You just type in the opposite after here. So the opposite of that, you know, 180 degrees different would be 326. So you would just type in 326 and then this slash, right? And then how many miles you want the other waypoint to be. So if you wanted to say 5 miles, you would do this waypoint 326/5, and then just hit the line again, and it'll actually create a waypoint 5 miles before that waypoint. So we don't really need that today, but I watched I forget what pilot it was. There was some pilot that flies these 737s for a living. He was doing a video, I think from X-Plane or Microsoft, and he showed that, and I thought that was a really cool feature. I don't believe you can do that in the Airbus, or at least if you can, I don't know how, but I know how to do it in this plane. So if you didn't catch the flight last night, it was very interesting. Right when we were getting ready to make the turn to be parallel with the airport we were landing at, so I was gonna go. So the landing I was doing last night was you fly past the airport, then you fly parallel to the ILS course, and then just make a big U-turn and catch the localizer and the glide scope. Well, all my displays decided to just stop working, and thankfully I programmed the ADF frequency for that airport, and it had an ADF frequency, so I programmed in. If I didn't have that ADF programmed, I wouldn't have been able to find the airport. But we landed the A310-300 last night. We landed it from about 6,000 feet in the air. We landed it with pretty much no issues. We came in a little hot, but I think if it was a real landing, I think we would have walked away from it okay. I think we would have been okay. For some reason, this camera system was, none of this stuff was working last night. Where's the airplane? Oh my God, we're so high up in the air. Why are we so far away? Yeah. Bet you didn't know a 737 could do a barrel roll like that. You see that? There's got to be an easier way to get to this camera, this camera mode. Oops, that's wrong. That, and that, and let's go back to the cockpit. Alright, top of descent is coming into view. We got 39 miles. Does it not look like we're gonna hit the doesn't look like we're gonna hit that waypoint. Well, let's get rid of it then. That was weird. Alright, let's put in 21.6, because we're going to start descending here pretty soon. That was weird that it wouldn't, I guess when I deactivated the autopilot at some point, I guess it messed up something. I think when we start descending, I'm gonna delete this line here and see what happens. See what happens with the speed and the altitude. I mean, I know sometimes the line that we're flying, the track we're flying, I know sometimes it's not right on line because of the wind, but that was way far off. Like the airplane wasn't even close. It was like all the way over here. All right, our transition altitude on the landing is at 6,000 feet. And I would say we're gonna probably start. I'm gonna say we're gonna be descending pretty soon. Just a nice little quick flight to Rome. Never been to Rome. Always wanted to go there, but never had an opportunity to get over there. Been to Austria, been to the Bavarian Alps, been to Germany a couple of times, been to England. Bavarian Alps were beautiful. I did a defensive driving course class with Audi Europe. I was a sales manager for an Audi dealership here in America, and I had a chance to go over there with the Quattro Club, the car club, and we stayed in this beautiful ski resort, which had like outdoor hot springs, and during the day we'd be driving brand new Audis on a huge sheet of ice with snow-studded tires, learning how to maneuver and do all that kind of stuff. All right, we began our descent, and then at night, we'd be in the little town and hanging out at the hotel, and it was great, a lot of fun. Missed those days. Alright, so hopefully we'll correct our course here. How come we're not turning? Well, I don't know why it's not, Oh, because I don't have autopilot on? When did it kick off again? Jesus, God almighty. I have no idea when that bitch kicked off again. Jesus, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, I know I'm not on the intercept heading. Well, you know, I could make a big U-turn in the sky. We could do that. But we'll just do it this way for now. Let's see what happens. Those should have been switched over a while ago. I get so busy talking and doing other stuff that I kind of forget about that stuff sometimes. Alright, LNAV is now good again. And what's our vertical deviation say? Alright, we're almost 1,000 feet low. Alright, well, let's make sure that that navigation doesn't click off again. Alright, let's do this descent profile I was telling you about. So let's go ahead and put that on map. And then hit this center button twice. And now we have our descent profile. And the mileage and everything will adjust with the mileage that you choose up here. Alright, we're doing okay. I'm not too worried about these errors that are in here because by the time we get to TAC, we're going to be getting ready to put it in heading mode and get out of VNAV. And now if we were doing an RNAV landing, you should want to stay in VNAV and LNAV usually as long as you can. Alright, let's put 17,000 in. Well, I'll just put 9,800 in. That's what it says there for TAC. Boy, what an interesting, I don't know what happened with that autopilot, man. That's weird that it kicked off. I mean, I've had this a couple of times with this airplane, actually, where the autopilot just turns off by itself, but the last time it happened, it was over Australia, where it was so windy while we were cruising that the wind blew the airplane around so much that it disengaged the autopilot because of how windy it was. Let's look at this approach. So a max of 270 knots, so we're a bit fast. Okay, so we're going to do speed intervention. 270. And we're going to put a little bit of the speed brake on right now. to slow down to 270. And at Lunac, we need to be actually at 250, so let's program in 250. And the reason I put the speed brake on is so we can continue our descent at the descent profile that we're doing and reduce speed too. Let me actually put a little bit more speed brake on. I click on the side here to activate it because last time I actually grabbed this and moved it, that blue flashing thing happened with that, and it was, again, terrible. So that's why I'm doing that. But yeah, according to the arrival chart, the Asino 3P chart, at Lunac we need to be at a max of 250 knots. By the time we get to Tarquinia, I guess that's how you pronounce it, TAQ, Tarquinia, we need to be a max of 230 knots. So, and you can see this. Oh, let me put the. All right, we slowed down. Now you can see here this green here, this green little like, I guess, bent little bar. That's where we should get to our altitude that we're descending to. So, all right, the MHA is actually 6,000 feet there at 210 knots. So let's put 6,000 in. All right, and let's move our mileage in a little bit. And let's move the mileage in a little bit here too. Alright, so far so good. Let's put the heading in that we're flying right now. If we were doing a RNAV landing, what you can do is whatever the RNP is, and usually the RNP will show on the chart, the approach chart, just type the numbers in, click this line here, and it'll change this RNP figure. So if it's supposed to be 0.11 or 0.3 or 0.9, we're still descending properly, pretty close to it. We're a little bit above where we should be, but whoa, we are really speeding up, Jesus. Alright, let's put ourselves in heading mode. And when we get to Tarcarino, we need to fly on a course of 117. Let's set the auto brake. Hey, look, Italy! Yay! Look how pretty it looked. Oh, somebody shut off all the lights. Wow, all the power's gone. Must be Godzilla. I wonder if they have Godzilla in Rome, Italy. What would they call it? Would it be called Godzilla, or would it be like some Italian beast? Look, it's Luca Brasi. All right, let's see here. We need 6,000 feet is transition altitude. All right, and it's 10:05. Okay. And we need to be at 4,000 feet.
once we start making our turn, I'll activate approach mode. Okay, we need to be at 210 knots, I believe. So again, let's put up a little bit of speed brake. I'm not really going by what the FMS is saying right now. I'm going by what the arrival chart. And on the arrival chart, it says max 210 knots, MHA 6000. So we are pretty freaking high right now compared to where we should be. Let's click approach mode. All right, let's do VS. So we need to start getting down. All right, we'll leave the speed brake at 50%. And we're going to get ready and make our turn. Alright, approach mode. What just happened? Tell me why I can't. Oh, because no ILS is captured yet. Okay, never mind. Because no ILS is showing, that's why the course went off like that. Okay, let me turn the mouse on. So hopefully this works. Yay! So the mouse is the trick. Alright, it's 1008. 1005 now. Alright, let's see here, that, and 1005. That was just updated 15 minutes ago. be at 2,500 feet. Alright, so far so good. Let's put these back on continuous. Let's click on VOR localizer. That's a lot of work we just had to do, jeez. Well, that decel point, we've already done the deceleration, so.
2,500.
We still haven't, still haven't grabbed the ILS yet. At least the localizer. Thought we would have had it by now, but 108.10. Yeah, that's what it says on the chart. 108.1. 108.1, 108.1. That's weird that it's not, oh, there we go. Now it clicked on, finally. Jesus Christ. I was losing my mind. Alright, now we can click approach mode. So we can now click approach mode because... oh, we're 24 miles out still. Jesus Christ. That's... well, no, that's not what it says on here. Oh, okay. Alright, we're good. Alright. Well, I guess we can increase the speed a little bit then. Well, you know, screw it. We'll leave it at 180. So, we're a little low from where we should be right now. And a little slow, but whatever. I'm not a real pilot. So, yeah, XRU 25. Oh, no, we're doing okay. Actually, I take that back. We're doing okay. Now we should, when we cross over Oxeru, I would think once we make that turn, we'll line up more with the localizer. Because it's starting to come in, it's slowly starting to move. to the center. Let me actually move a little bit towards it. There we go. Now it's starting to move. Alright, that bar is starting to come in now. Okay. Localizer is now captured. Let's click Command 2 and see if that sticks. Nothing yet. Alright, now we got autopilot A and B engaged. And then when this diamond centers up, we should be, and the diamond shows up here too. Now the diamond will show up here well before it shows up here for some reason. Alright, so we should be okay. So Xaru is 177. Alright folks, look like we're doing okay. VREF is 139, so I guess around 146 or so, like it says there, we should be landing. Alright, let's alright, we got that. Pretty soon it's gonna start beeping at me. Yeah, alright, we'll put the gear down. It's gonna beep at you because sorry about that. Alright, we'll do 146. Are flaps all the way down? Oh, no, flaps are only at 25. Alright, and we are looking good, folks. Now, obviously, I don't do everything correct. I get the job done for the simulator, but obviously I don't do everything correct with, you know, I don't know what to do correct. I know what to do, but I don't exactly know when to do it. But we're landed. We're lined up. Now you see how this looks different now than it did before. This is all set up for our landing. So you can see it's got, what the hell happened? Oh, okay. Whew. I thought the autopilot disengaged for a second. So we got the reticle here. It's got our distance. It's beeping because it's now picking up the signal. Land 3 for category 3. VR localizer. See, it's got all this useful information for landing. and it's got the reticle right where it should be, partly because we have the what's it called, the HUD we programmed correctly. I'm gonna let this plane land itself, by the way. Couple hairy incidents here tonight. Not too bad though. Let's get that soft buttery touchdown. Get that softness, butteredness, touchdown in this.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I'm not really sure where we need to go. I've never been to this airport at nighttime. I have an idea of where the buildings are, but I don't know for sure. No, that wasn't too bad. That's a fun little flight. I would like to pull up to a gate and actually turn this plane off, so that way we can get the that last screen that pops up with like the flight summary and all that. I guess we'll just keep on following these green lights. Oh, you know, I could pull up a chart. Hang on, let me see this here. Alright, so we need to just go... Oh, we need to go all the way down to the end. Alright, let's go all the way down to the end. Alright, I'm looking at the chart for this here, and we got to go all the way down to the very end. And then, yeah, we just either take C or D all the way down, so I believe we're on one of those right now. Well, we're almost at the end anyways. Yeah, I don't see anything written on that sign. Maybe it's on the other side of it. Not that we'll be able to... Well, we can see it. It's lit up. Let's see what it says here. Okay, we're on D... D what? DE2, I guess. Alright, we got a little bit ways to go. we can turn the flight directors off, I guess. Speed breakdown, APU is needed. Engine start switch off. Auto brake is off. Weather radar off. Flaps 0, we got that. Transponder, I guess we can turn that off. Let's put that thing on standby. And the probes we can turn off, I guess. I guess we'll put the APU on. Alright, and then shutdown procedure. I love how the controller vibrates when the engines get to a certain speed. It's really cool. It did not do that when I was using the iPad on this, but now that I'm using the Xbox, man, it's pretty cool. Alright, yeah, there's the building. I don't know what gate this plane parked at in real life. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. We're just gonna park where we can. It takes longer to park this airplane than the whole flight took. Come on, guys, we're going to drive back to Palermo. Alright, here's another runway. Alright, and according to this, we're on C. Somebody at my door. Ah, the mailman. So if we're on C, we need to be on... Well, we'll run into a building here coming up. We're actually going to turn off here, I believe. Looks like... Oh no, actually we'll keep on going straight for a while. We'll park like where the main building is. Near that tower over there. Near the ATC tower. I don't usually shut planes down. Usually I just stop on the runway and end the video, but I have a checklist and I like this airplane and might as well do it. I like to see that screen afterwards too with like the summary. And I think the only way to get that is to shut the airplane down. Alright, we're okay. We can keep on going straight. There'll be places to turn as we get down there. Hey, we still got 3.4 kilograms of fuel left. We're doing okay. It's good. The fuel is good. It's got plenty of it inside the airplane. It's nice. Come on, guys. We're going to the gate. Park the airplane. Let's do it. Look at those green things. I guess we'll let's turn over here. Let's see what those green things are. I think that's where you pull up the airplane. I'm trying to stay online, but I don't really know where to go. It's a little easier to do in the daytime, I would think. Probably easier to do if you've done it before at an airport. I mean, I've done it before at airports, just not at this airport. Should be another line coming up here. Yep, here we go. We got a lot of trucks out here tonight. Come on, trucks, go ahead. Oh, there's a plane there. I guess we'll just park over here then. I don't really see a line to line up with. guess that's close enough. Well, let's see. Let's oh, we're doing okay. All right. Very cool. All right, let's shut down the airplane now. Let's go back to this checklist here. Okay, shut down. Procedure. Actually, we'll just connect the ground power, actually. We won't bother with the APU. Alright, parking brake chocks needed. Yep, APU. We can turn the APU off. Alright, external power. If needed, let's click that. Alright, fasten seatbelts off. Anti-collision off. What about other lights? Okay, well, whatever. Alright, anti-collision off. Fuel switches off as required. Okay, APU generator on. Yeah, external. Okay, ground power switch on. Engine start levers cut off. Off. Alright, fuel pumps off. Cable utility power switch on. Alright, that's on already. IFE is on. Okay, anti-ice is all off. Engine hydraulics on. Engine hydraulic pumps off. Engine hydraulic. Oh, electric hydraulic pump switches off. Okay, so that's electric. And electric. Recirculation is needed. Valve is open. Engine bleed switch. Those are on. Flight directors are off. Transponders are already turned off. Alright, fuel pumps off. Probe heat off. Hydraulic panel set. Flaps up. Park and brake. Engine and weather radar is cut off. I think we're good. Batteries off. Nope. Well, maybe it doesn't give us that page. Because everything is off. I bet you if I disconnect the electrical power, maybe that'll do it. I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. Oh well. Alright, well, I guess that's about it. I guess we don't get that last page. So, yeah. Emergency exit lights off. Alright, packs off. And emergency lights. I tried turning them off, but it wouldn't let me turn them off. Okay, so I guess that's it, man. We're good. Secure checklist. Battery off. Yeah, we turned the battery off. Packs off. Window heat off. All that shit's off. Alright, we're good. We landed safely. We're here in Rome. I'm going to go out and spend some of that hard-earned cake that I get from flying these Ryanair. I'll probably be making about 15 grand a month. Hey, man. Let me out. Let me out of my plane. Very cool. Well, anyways, that's about it for the airplane show, my friends. I'm gonna go do some stuff that I gotta do around the house. I'll be back tonight with Lies of P. I had to think about that for a second. That's about it. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people. Certainly be good to me. I appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff to help me out. Without it, I start losing hair. And I don't want to go bald. I like having hair. So if you want me to keep my head of hair, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. That's about it. Until we see each other again, my friends, over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth. This is Greg, your internet pilot, signing off. See ya.